Hello student, welcome back to your YouTube channel of Logical Learning. Last lecture we have completed question number 8 and 9. This lecture will cover question number 10 and 11 of exercise 3B of linear programming problem class 12. Okay, so let's proceed further and check how question number 10 looks like and how we can solve it. Okay, so question number 10 says z is equal to 20x1 plus 10x2. Okay, subject to x1 plus 2x2 less than equal to 40 and 3x1 plus x2 greater than equal to 30, 4x1 plus 3x2 greater than equal to 60. We have three conditions and we have to minimize the equation. Okay, and this is always same, x1 x2 should be greater than 0, it should not be less than 0. Let's proceed how we can do that. As we have done the previous question, every time we have to find two coordinate points, okay, for each and every equation. Then we have to draw the line and then we have to plot the feasible region. Okay, let's see how we can do this time also. Okay, equation x1 plus 2x2 equal to 0. This is the equation we have. Okay, so as I stated, every time we try to substitute something equal to 0 so that we can get the integer digit always. It's our motive to not get the decimal. So in this case, if I substitute x1 is equal to 0, okay, so we will get what? X1 equal to 0, so 0 plus 2x2 is equal to 40. So x2 will be what? 40 divided by 2, so that is 20. Similarly, we can try another one. So now we can substitute x2 equal to 0 in the same. Okay, if I substitute x2 equal to 0, then it will be x1 plus 0 is equal to 40 and x1 will be 40. Okay, so we have two coordinates. So I've written the tabular format of x1 x2 of first equation. Okay, let's check the second equation. 3x1 plus x2 equal to 30. Again, let's try to substitute something 0. So if I substitute x1 equal to 0, then it will be 0 plus x2 is equal to 30. So x2 is 30. Okay, second, if I substitute x2 equal to 0, and then 3x1 is equal to 30, x1 will be 10. Now we have got two coordinates very quickly. So make sure you always try to get the whole number so that your life will be easy while drawing the line. Okay, so I have written values in tabular format over here. Okay, let's check the third equation. Third equation says 4x1 plus 3x2 equal to 60. Again, what do we have to do? Substitute x1 is equal to 0. So it will be 0 plus 3, x2 is equal to 60. x2 will be 60 divided by 3. So x2 will be 20. Okay, now if I substitute x2 0, right? So let's do that also. Either we can substitute x2 equal to 0. You'll get something like 12. Right? It's up to you. What's your choice? Nobody going to stop unless until your diagram is correct. So in this case, my main observation, if I substitute x2 equal to minus 20, right? Let's see what will happen. 4x1, 3 into minus 20 equal to 60. 4x1 is equal to minus 60 is equal to 60. 4x1 is equal to 120 and x1 will be 30. So why I have chosen this one? So I get the whole number, that too positive, right? So let's burden to me. So for tabular format, I need to write for third one. Okay, so now we got all the coordinates of three equations. We have to plot those coordinates on this graph paper. Let's check for the first line, that is orange line. Okay, so orange line says 0 and 20, x1 0 and x2 20. So here it will be this point. Similarly, x1 40 and x2 0. So this point, let's join these two points together to get the line. So okay, so I have plotted this line and written the name of this equation, x1 plus 2x2 equal to 40. Similarly, we have to draw other two lines using those coordinate points. Okay, let's do that. So I've drawn all those three lines using those coordinate point. You should have paused the video and have tried by yourself. Now, after drawing the line, right, what is the most important thing? We have to find the feasible region. That is most important, right? If a feasible region is incorrect, then your Rest of the solution won't be correct. Though you'll get the marks on based of this after until this whatever you have done, based on that you'll get some marks, but you'll not get the full marks. Let's try check how we can get the feasible reason. The first one, subject to x1 plus 2x2 less than equal to 40. When I say less than equal to 40, which one is this line? Orange color line. Okay, find this feasible reason. So this will be below this orange color line. Second, 3x1 plus x2 greater than 30. So that is a red line, greater than 30. It means above this red line. Okay. As of now, this seems to be a common reason. Third one, 4x1 plus 3x2 greater than 60. Again, above this black line. Okay, if we summarize everything, right, if you see that, okay, below orange line, above black line, above red line. So this is the feasible reason. This is the feasible reason. I hope you understood the feasible reason. Okay, and the moment this is covered by all the lines, right, we'll call it as a bounded reason also. Reason, it is bounded, covered by lines. So there will be a situation also where this will not be bounded. It means it is not covered within the line. So we'll get the details in further questions. Now in this case, this is the feasible reason. And what are the coordinate points? So coordinate points are this one, right, this one and this one. What else? This coordinate point and this coordinate point. So we have total 4 points. We need to find the coordinate of all 4 points. Let's give name of this coordinate point. So I can say that. So let's say this is A, this is B, this is C, and this is D. Out of this, C and B is totally clear. When I say C and B is clear, it means the coordinate point is very visible. So C is nothing but 10, 0, and B is nothing but 40, 0. Now we need to find the coordinate of A and D by solving those equations simultaneously. Okay, now to get the coordinate of point A and D, we need to solve two equations. Which two equations? For A, we need to solve orange and red line. So orange color line, x1 plus 2x2 is equal to 40, and a red color line is which one? 3x1 plus x2 is equal to 30. Either you can use substitution method or simultaneous equation method. Any equation is okay. If I multiply this equation, first equation, by 3, right, so it will be 3x1 plus 6x2 is equal to 120, and we'll write the equation just below it after changing the symbol, because symbols are different. This will get cancelled. This will be 5x2 is equal to 90. So 90 divided by 5. So 90, if you divide by 5, it will be 18. So x2, we got 18. Substitute the value of x2 in any of the equations. Suppose if I substitute in this equation, so x1 plus 2 into x2, that is 18, is equal to 40. So x1 will be 40 minus 36. x1 is 4. So now we got coordinate for point A. So that is 4, 18. So to get the coordinate of point D, we need to solve black line and the red line. Let's do that as well. Pause the video and then try by yourself. I'll give the points. Okay, so I have solved to get the point D using those two equations, which one? Black equation and red line equation. And you got point D using substitution method. You can use simultaneous method also, no harm, you'll get the same solution. Okay, we have found all 4 points. Now we have to proceed with this solution to minimize the equation. Which equation? Z equal to 20x1 plus 10x2. Okay, let's proceed and check solution on each and every point. At point A, what is A? 4, 18. Let's check the solution. So Z is equal to 20x1 plus 10x2. Okay, so in place of x1 we'll substitute 4, and in place of x2 we'll substitute 18. So 20 into 4, 80, and 10 into 18, 180. So after solving, 260. So at comma A, we have 260. Okay, let's check same at point B. So point B is 40, 0. Let's substitute in the equation. So Z is equal to 20 into 40 plus 10 into 0. So that is, say, is equal to 800. So at point B, we have 800. Let's see same at point C. Point C says 10, 0. Substitute in the equation. So z equal to 20 into 10 plus 10 into 0. So 200. So 200. Last point D. D is what? 6 comma 12. Let's substitute in the equation. So 20 into 6 plus 10 into 12. So 120 plus 120 is equal to 240. Now check which is the minimum solution. So when I say minimum, I can see that this is the minimum. Okay, at which point? At point C, 10 comma 0. Okay, so let's proceed with the next question. Question number 11 says maximize z equal to 4x1 plus 3x2 subject to three equation they have given. Okay, I will not waste time reading the equation. Let's proceed with the solution directly. So question subject to first one, x1 plus x2 equal to 50. Okay, we have to find two different points to plot the line. Right here it's very straightforward. If I substitute x1 is equal to 0, x2 will be 50. When x2 will be 0, x1 will be 50. Let's plot this point on the graph to get the line. Let's numbering this graph. So this I can say 10 because number are big. So every line, every dot, these to this divided into one line. So 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. This side also on x2, 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. Left hand side, that is negative, minus 10, minus 20, here minus 10, minus 20, minus 30. So first one 50 comma 0. So this point. Second one 0 comma 50. So these two extreme point. Let's join this line together. Okay, so we found the line, first line. Next equation says x1 plus 2x2 is equal to 80. We need to substitute some value to get the whole number. If I substitute x1, suppose x1 is 0. In this case, 2x2 is equal to 80 and x2 will be 40. Similarly, when I substitute x2 will be, if I substitute x2 0, then number will be so big that will x1 become 80. I'll do one thing, I'll substitute x2 is equal to, let's say 20. So x1 plus 2 into 20 is equal to 80. So x1 will be 80 minus 40. x1 is 40. Okay, two line 0 comma 40. So when I say 0 comma 40, so this line. When I say 40 comma 20, so 40 on the x-axis, 20 on the y-axis. This point, let's join this line. Okay, we found line, second line and drawn also over off. Let's see the third line. Third line says 2x1 plus x2 is equal to 20. Let's substitute x1 equal to 0. x2 will be straightforward 20. Let's substitute x2 equal to 0. x1 will be 20 divided by 2, that is 10. Okay, so here 0 comma 20, 0 comma 20, this line, this point, and 10 comma 0. So 10 comma 0, this line. Let's join these points. So we have plotted all this line. Now the main thing, right, to find the feasible region. Okay, to find the feasible region, we need to check the inequality solution, how it is given. So inequality says that first one, x1 plus x2 less than 50. Okay, when I say x1 plus x2 less than 50, the first line, this one. So everything below this one. Okay, everything below this one, below the red line, everything below the red line. Okay, second, when second equation says x1 plus 2x2, this as the feasible region, this entire thing as the feasible region. Okay, and what are the coordinate of this feasible region? This coordinate, this one, this for sure, this one and this one. Okay, so we need to find total 5 different points, coordinate of 5 different points to get the exact solution at which the equation can be minimized. So looking into this, we can say that points, this particular point straightforward 0 comma, so we can say 0 comma 40, 1 point, Second, this point 0 comma 20, this one 10 comma 0, okay, and this one also 50 comma 0. So only one line which we need to calculate. This point we have to calculate using equation orange and the red one. So orange line equation x1 plus 2x2 is equal to 80, and this one is x1 plus x2 is equal to 50. You can use substitution method or any other method, that's okay. So if I substitute x1 is equal to 50 minus x2 in this equation, it will be 50 minus x2 plus 2x2 is equal to 80. So here this is x2 positive, 80 minus 50, so x2 will be 30. Substitute the value of x2 in this equation, you will get 20. So this point is 20 comma 30. Now we have to find solution on all these 5 points to check the minimum solution. Okay, let's do that. So at 0 comma 40, so z is equal to 4x1 plus 3x2. Substitute 0 comma 40, so it means 4 into 0, 3 into 40 equal to 120. So here we have 120. Similarly, now we need to check at 0 comma 20.
At 0 comma 20, substitute in equation for x1 plus 3x2. x1 is 0 and x2 is 20. So this is 60. So at this point we have 60.
Similarly,
Point 10 comma 0, substitute z 4 into 10 because x1 is 10 in this case and x2 is 0. So this is 40.
next one.
At which point 50 comma 0. At 50 comma 0, substitute 4 into x1 is 50 and x2 is 0 by default, so 200.
Maximum out of all this as of now, so which can be ignored. Now the last point, which is 20 comma 30. So in this equation, substitute 4 into 20 and 3 into 30. 80 plus 90, 170. 170 is again not the least. Which one is least? At 10 comma 0 we have the least. So this is the minimum solution at 10 comma 0. So at 10 comma 0 here we have the minimum solution, and this is your answer. Okay student, so we completed question number 10 and 11. Next session will complete remaining question of this exercise 3b. Till then, keep learning and subscribe the channel if you like the video. Thank you.